Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel At Home with Chelle. Firstly, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a lovely new year, and if you're anything like me, you probably ate and drank way too much over the festive period. At this point, I'm probably around 60% cheese and about 40% wine, and I desperately need to get back on track. So thought that I would make this video today sharing some of my top tips on how to lose weight, how to keep on track, and how to maintain that weight loss as well. Also sharing a 7-day meal plan, and I've got a bit of a haul at the end of this video where I'll show you what I'll be eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some snacks in there as well for the rest of the week. So the tips that I'll be sharing are ideal if you are embarking on the Slimming World journey, which I will be following again, and I will give a little bit of an update, just a little bit of a recap on the Slimming World principles as well. But it's also really useful if you're just following any kind of other diets, or if you're simply just calorie counting and just trying to lose a little bit of weight. So I really hope that you enjoy this video. I do make quite a lot of videos like this, so if you do like this kind of content, then I would love for you to subscribe, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So now I'm going to go through some of my top tips for staying on plan. When I was planning what I would include in this video, I had just sat down and did a bit of a brainstorm and really thought about the things that have really worked for me, thinking about those weeks where I have really lost, and then have basically kind of put these into my top 10 tips. The first one is to plan. Now, I know this sounds so basic, but honestly, planning, meal prepping is absolutely key. I have found if I don't plan what I'm going to eat in that week, they are the weeks where I won't lose any weight, and if anything, I will actually gain weight. Whereas if I have my meal plan, I know exactly what I'm going to eat every single day. There's no going for takeaways or just going and getting something that's really bad for you. I even plan like what snacks I'm going to have, literally breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything. As I'd mentioned at the start, I will include the plan that I'm having this week. But yeah, planning is absolutely key. For me, part of planning also involves getting set up. So initially, I find one of the things that I really like to do, especially after Christmas and in the new year, is just give the fridge a really good clean. So get rid of anything in there that might tempt you. If you've got loads of chocolates and stuff like that, like I mentioned, cheese as well lying around, just make sure you get rid of it so you're not tempted to eat any of that. Finish it up and just make space for all of the nice vegetables and salads and all of those fresh food in the fridge. It's also worth stocking up on your spices. Now, I really like to cook from scratch. I find that's the best way to keep on track. And one of the best things is just to make sure you've got all of the spices and herbs and anything like that. It can be a bit of a minefield, but if you just get some kind of basic spices like mixed herbs, if you've got your basil, your Italian type of herbs, your rosemary, your thyme, things like that as well. And just some basic, maybe like curry spices as well. So if you've got some cinnamon, turmeric, just a normal curry mix as well. And what I do find really useful is I often use a couple of pre-bought spice mixes as well. I use these from Spice and Ties. I've got loads of these different packs. They actually do a really good one called the I think it's called the Slimming Pack or something, and there's about 6 different meals in it. This is the curry one. I'll quickly show you what they look like. Honestly, they're so handy. So in here you just get something like a Thai green curry kit, and then you've got all the instructions, and then you've got your spice mix in here. So everything is completely portioned out for you, so you don't need to worry if you haven't got any of the spices. I think I've got a code as well. I think it's still valid. It's Chelle20, and that should get you 20% off the order if you use the link in my description box down below. And then something else that I've discovered recently are these. These are from a company called Just Spices. You get the Italian all-rounder, so this has just got a real mixture of Italian herbs. So this is ideal for any kind of sauces, if you're making like a tomatoey based sauce, bolognese, anything like that. A vegetable one, this is incredible for making your vegetables taste nice, and I like to use it in soups and stuff. And then what other one did I get out? An egg topping, because eggs are just fantastic for protein and really filling. Just keeps things a little bit varied. And then a curry spice as well, so like a curry madras mix. I think I've got a code for these as well. If I have, I'll put it on the screen and link it down below. But yeah, those kind of pre-mixed spices are really handy and much better than paste because they don't include any oils or anything. So once you've planned all the food that you're going to eat, you've made sure there's room in your fridge and you've got all these spices and everything, then I think the next important thing is when you do start eating is to track it. And one thing I use is this book. I've used this for so long. I know there's so many different trackers and little books that you can use, but I find this one really good because it's super simple. I got it from Amazon. It just says believe in yourself. I'll show you, I'll put a close-up of some of the pages in there, but honestly it's so handy. You can basically track what you had for morning, lunch, evening, any snacks, if you've had any treats on there. So because I'm following Slimming World, I use this to track my healthy A's and B's, any sins on there, how you're feeling, if you drank, if you had vegetables, and if you've done some exercise. And then I always fill in the comment section as well, just to see how I was feeling, if I was particularly hungry in the morning, or if it got to the end of the day and I felt really full, or if I was still hungry at the end of the day, or if I felt a bit sluggish. It's really good to look back on. Tracking is something that I would definitely recommend. It can seem a little bit annoying initially, but honestly this takes me about a minute to fill in. I just fill it in at the end of each day, and if I have had particular losses or particular gains in any week, then it's really handy just to flick back through the week and see maybe what you ate, if you did something a bit different, and if it was good then maybe repeat it, and if it wasn't so good then you make sure you don't repeat it. But I think the good thing about this as well is it also makes you take ownership of what you've eaten. I feel like it makes you really accountable, because if I know that I have to write something that I've eaten in my book, I know it sounds really silly, but I'm a lot less likely to eat it. So say for example, if I'm about to have, if I really want a big chocolate bar, but I know it's like, I don't know, nearly 200 calories or something, or 10 sins or something, then I'm less likely to have it because I know it will have to go in here and it'll put me way over my values for that day. So yeah, tracking is essential. Something else I would recommend, which I know a lot of people don't like, but that is taking before photos and progress photos. So I will take mine, I'm actually filming this New Year's Eve, but I will take mine on New Year's Day. I hate doing it. It's just like no one really likes the way that they look. So I just hate it. However, it is so important to get those before photos and then just take them, try and take them at the same time and the same day every single week. And before you know it, you will really quickly start to see progress. You can also weigh yourself. I always am about weighing myself. So I do always weigh myself, but it's not like the key factor of success for me. I'm more around what I look like, how I feel in clothes, how my clothes fit, as opposed to just what it says on the scales. The next one is exercising. This seems a bit obvious, but the more you exercise, the more likely you are to accelerate your weight loss. It doesn't mean necessarily going to the gym. It could just mean doing whatever you like. But what I really try and do, and again, when I have lost more, is just trying to get my steps in, not necessarily hitting the gym every day, but making sure that you're getting your, I would normally aim for around 10,000 steps a day. Try and get that in. And if you can, just, I reckon around 30 minutes exercise, and then that is all you really need. One thing that really helps me keep on track is keeping my food really varied. It can be really easy to get stuck in a rut and eat the same meals and snacks and everything every week. But honestly, I think you really need to try and keep your food as varied as possible. Invest in some cookbooks, follow some pages on Instagram. There's loads of YouTube videos. I've actually done loads of videos on a week's worth of meals. I've got loads of what I eat in a day videos. Just try and keep your food as varied as possible. Snacks as well. I think it's really important to try and keep your snacks varied. So I actually have a list. I just keep it on my phone and I make a list of all the different snacks that I can have, all the healthy snacks on there, and then I just will each day, just, or when I'm doing my meal plan rather, just kind of pick out what I want. Sometimes I do mix my snacks around, but generally having that list of, and if I come across any really good snacks or anything, then I just pop them onto my notes in my phone, and then I've got the list of snacks. And lastly, I think it's really important to know that it's okay to have off days. So just because you have a McDonald's one day, or you have a takeaway, or you have too much beer, or you go out, or whatever you do, it doesn't mean that you've undone all of your hard work. One day or one evening off isn't going to undo all that hard work. So I think that's really important, because when I first started trying to lose weight, I almost used to beat myself up if I'd had a bit of an off day. But now I've realised that actually it's completely fine, and if the majority of the week I'm eating really healthily and I'm tracking, that actually if you do go down to the pub, or you do have a big chocolate bar, or do whatever you want to do, then that is okay. It's just important to make sure you haven't lost it, and then you just get straight back on track the next day. And then for anyone following Slimming World, just a quick reminder of the main principles of Slimming World. I have done a full video on it, so if you want to watch that, I will link it down below. But essentially it splits food into 4 main categories. The first one is free food. So this is food that you can pretty much eat as much of if you want. You don't have to weigh it out or anything. It includes things like your pasta, potatoes, rice, all those kind of carbohydrate like main food sources. You then have your speed foods. So this is where you basically, most of your plate really wants to be made up of your speed, and that is your fruit and veggies essentially. And then there's your healthy extras. So there is your healthy extra B. So you're allowed 1 healthy extra B, and that's generally your, I kind of say it's like your fibres. So it will include things like cereal, bread, things like that. And then you can also have 2 healthy extra A's, and that is essentially your dairy, so that's your milk and your cheese allowance. And then lastly is anything that would not fit into the other categories, would have a thin value attached to it. So this would be things like chocolate, or basically anything that's not in the other food groups. It all will have a sin. If you have the Slimming World app, then it will tell you exactly how much the sins are. But as a general rule of thumb, if something is 20 calories, then that would equal 1 sin. So you can generally kind of work it out using that calculation. So that is everything that I wanted to share in the tips part of the video, and now I'll get on and share with you my meal plan and the Aldi haul. I've now just got all of my shopping out, laid it all out into piles so I can show you what I'm going to be eating every single day. And I'll also put a screenshot of my meal plan on the screen just here, and I will also upload it on my website, so if you want to go on there and download it, then you can. I forgot to also mention that I do have a foodie Instagram page. It's called Eat Well Not Less _UK, and then if you go over there, basically I upload most of my meals. So if you want to see how I make any of these, then most nights then I'll put the dinner over there. I wasn't very good in December, but I'll definitely be better in January. Monday is actually New Year's Day, and I know I'll probably be a little bit hungover then. So I've already made some bolognese, which I've got in the freezer. So I'll just defrost that and then have that with some pasta, and then I'll have that with some salad on the side as well. Tuesday I'll be making a veggie curry. So you can serve this with rice if you want, but I think that it's nice enough just to serve by itself. So for this I'm going to use a butternut squash, some spinach, courgette, red onion, a couple of tins of chopped tomatoes, some chickpea, and then I've got the Just Spices curry madras, because that's got all of the spices in that I need, so I don't need to use any others. Super simple to make. You basically put it all in together, leave it for around half an hour, and then it's all ready. And honestly, it is just so tasty, sin-free and super low in calories too. I think it comes in at around 400 calories, so great for kickstarting the new year. Wednesday night I'll be having a pizza style topped chicken. So I've got a couple of chicken breasts which I'll top with some like tomatoey sauce, which I'll make up with passata and a few herbs in there as well, and then pop that into the oven with some reduced fat mozzarella on it. And with that I'll serve either wedges or chips. I haven't decided, probably wedges. So I'll just make my own wedges using potatoes, spray with some fry light, pop them in the oven or the air fryer, and then I'll just serve that with a salad on the side. Thursday evening is a super quick meal after work, and that is a prawn jambalaya. this is super simple to make. All I use is some basmati rice, frozen prawns, so I'll just basically defrost these in the morning, some peppers, chop these up, add some Cajun seasoning, and then a tin of chopped tomatoes. It's all done in one pan, super easy and so tasty. Friday night is a bit of a fakeaway night, so I'm going to make a McChicken sandwich. So for this, I've obviously got some chicken breast, which I'm just going to crush up some cornflakes, dip them in egg, then in the cornflake, and bake them in the air fryer. And then I'm just going to serve that in the rolls. I'll use some of the lettuce as well, put that in some extra light mayo and serve it with a corn on the cob on side, and then I might also do some chips with the potatoes, and that will be a super easy meal to have on Friday night. Saturday evening will be a bacon and mushroom risotto. You can leave the bacon out and just have it with mushrooms and make it veggie if you prefer, but I just like to have some bacon in it. And for this, I always use the bacon medallions because they have all of the fat cut off, so they're much better for you than normal bacon. I've got some baby mushrooms, arborio rice. I'll just add a little bit of stock, so just use some chicken or vegetable stock, and then some Parmesan cheese in there, and it is just a delicious hearty risotto. And Sunday I'm going to make a cottage pie, but I actually bought a big pack of mince. I had to actually go Tesco's and get a couple of bits because they didn't have any mince, and a couple of other bits in Aldi, which was a bit annoying. So yeah, picked up a larger pack of mince, and then I'll make double, so then I can freeze some for the week and have a meal for next week. So I've got 5% fat. I always use 5% fat mince, some carrots. I'll obviously put some onions, and I've got some celery that I'll put in there to make a bit of a base, some stock. Top it with some mashed potato and then serve it with some veggies. So I've already got lots of broccoli and stuff in the fridge. I've got some sweet corn, and then I'll just have some asparagus with it as well. So over here is basically everything else that isn't going into the meals. So you can see that I've got some more meat over here, lots and lots of fruit and veg, and then just some other kind of snacky bits as well. So I'll just talk you through everything that I've got. New Year's Day, I thought that we might be a little bit hungover, so I've decided that I'm going to make a breakfast, but it'll be Slim and World friendly breakfast. So I've got some reduced fat sausages, bacon medallions, some eggs, and then I'll also put some tomatoes with it. Where are they? And then I'll just put some tomatoes, and then I've also got some mushrooms that I'll cook up with that as well. And then I've got loads of like fruit and vegetables here, so I've got courgettes. I really like courgettes. A couple of them are going in one of the dinners, and then I really like them in omelettes. They just add a real bit of crunch to an omelette. Spinach, I add spinach into everything that I can. It's also really nice just as a salad. Cucumber, obviously got tomatoes as well. Fruit wise, I like to buy quite a lot of fruit just to try and keep it varied, and we'll normally top it up midweek as well, or probably towards the end of the week because it doesn't last that long. So here I've got some strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, apples, bananas, and then I think I've got some kiwis somewhere, but I can't see them at the moment. And then I've got various bags of salad as well as iceberg. We're making a really delicious chicken Caesar salad. I've got some, this was actually on offer in Aldi, some smoked salmon. I really like to have this with some scrambled eggs and asparagus, and I feel like it's a really nice treat, especially when it's on offer. It's great. Obviously I had to get some tuna as well. I always buy tuna when I go shopping. It's so handy to keep in. I always get the one in spring water. This will definitely do a couple of lunches. I've got it with rolls a couple of days, and then sometimes I'll just have it with salad or on a jacket potato. Veggie wise, I've got some kale. I really enjoy kale. Often I'll have it as a side to a dinner, or just in like I often quite like making kale salads as well. I've got some more apples down there. I've got some cooked turkey. This was really good, only $1.99, so super good to use. And then I've just got some cereals, some fruit and fibre, Weetabix, and then for Arabella I got some Ready Brek and some Cocoa Pop. Moving around the other side of the table, I've got some fabric softener because I needed it. And then got Arabella these vegetable fingers. They're just super handy to put in the air fryer after work. I bought these for Tamsin, my eldest. She is dairy free, so I thought these would be really good. They've got this really, I don't know if it's new, but I haven't been Aldi for a while. They've got this new plant section in there where they had bread and brioche rolls, but it was all dairy free. So I thought I'd get these for her so she can try them, see if she likes them. Got some sweet corn. This is ideal for, I often put that in salads and have it with the tuna as well. When we went to Tesco's, bread for Nick, this is what I won't really be eating this, but my partner will be having that. Just got some crisps as well, some cookies. These are for Arabella, but they're not too bad actually as a little snack because they're only 99 calories or 5 sins if you're following Slimming World. Got some crisps to have. These are so tasty. They're the, what are they called, the pop outs. You get 5 in a bag and they are only 73 calories per bag, so they only work out at about 4 sins, and honestly they're such a really nice snack. Got some little rice pouches as well, so either these are really handy just to keep in for a really quick dinner, just to have with some salmon or chicken. Nick really enjoys these as well. And then he got, what one did he get? He also got this Korean barbecue rice one. Just got Arabella some smoothies and some yogurts. Nick got these protein yogurts. He really likes these. He actually prefers these to the proper branded ones. I can't remember what the real brand is, but he prefers the Aldi ones. I got some Greek 0% fat yogurt. I really like this one. I've tried loads of different yogurts and this is definitely the best one. It's a really thick yogurt. It's quite high in protein as well. And this is delicious to have with breakfast or just to have with a snack with some fruit. Arabella some yogurts. I also got these yogurts. These are a really nice little treat actually. So they're chocolate mousses and they work out at only 99 calories each. So, oh no, they're not even that. They're 91 calories, sorry. And they work out at about 4.5 sins per yogurt, which is really handy. Also got some of these little chicken bites. So I've got the 7 fried flavoured ones. I think they're about 1 or 2 sins per pack. Again, then I got the roast chicken flavoured ones as well. They might not even be that. I need to check the sin values on the Aldi ones. And then just some little snacks for Arabella. And then also got some Baby Bell, because the Baby Bell lights, you can have a couple of these for one of your healthy extra A's. So they are all the meals that I'll be eating this week and all the food that I picked up for this week's shopping. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It's given you some inspiration. It helps you get back onto track as well. If you have got any other tips that you think others would find useful, then please do leave them in the description box down below, and I will definitely be making lots more kind of healthy recipe ideas and Slimming World friendly content over the next few weeks, so hopefully you'll tune in for that. If you hit the bell button, then you'll basically be notified when I next upload. But yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!